Hi, I'm Dan Klefstad, author of Shepherd and the Professor, the fictional memoir of Susan Shepherd, a Gulf War vet, cop, and single mom who has cancer when we meet her. Susan is terrified that people will not remember her after she's gone, and so she hopes that by publishing her memoir at a major publishing house, she'll have a national audience for the sacrifices she has made to her family, to her community, and to her country. One thing that makes Susan unusual is her high moral standards, which causes her to be perennially disappointed in the people around her. All of this makes it even more extraordinary when Susan gets involved in a corruption scheme at a state university called Otto Kerner U. And she alludes to this corruption scheme in her query letter to an unnamed publisher. And this letter also serves to introduce Susan to the reader, who very quickly understands that Susan is out of patience. Dear editor or intern or whoever sifts through the emails in your big Apple office high above the powerless. I didn't graduate from a fancy writer's program. I'm a cop from a small Midwestern town who, like millions of people, has a story to tell. Spoiler alert, I make it to the end. So if you prefer a Game of Thrones type story where the main characters get slaughtered, move on to the next submission. This protagonist will not fake her own death to move units, as you people like to say. As a writer losing her battle with cancer, death is not something to screw around with. Tell that to the GOT author next time you see him at one of those writer conferences. What do you people do at those things anyway, besides get drunk and fawn over the best sellers? Still with me? Okay, here's my pitch. I survived sexual trauma, war, alcoholism, giving birth once, and getting shot twice. But the person who injured me the most is a man I loved for a very short time and who reappears years later when I'm at my lowest, when, out of desperation, I commit a crime. This is not a story about anything really other than how one person can derail another's life without trying, but who can help put it back on track by trying just a little. My book has 80,000 words, and don't you dare ask for a synopsis. There. Thanks for reading this. Feel free to move on to the next person looking for someone to remember them. If you want to hang with me a little longer, I attached the manuscript. Enjoy this simultaneous submission, or not. Susan Shepherd, Charters, Illinois.